Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash Season 6, and we actually got some new stuff to talk about. We aren't pulling stuff out of our ass this time around. So yeah, thank God. I don't know why I'm saying thank God. Thank Bebo. But anyway, I shouldn't be saying that anyway, because The Flash is back in just under 6 weeks away. I think from now, I think it's just under 6 weeks. I think 6 weeks from yesterday, which is still a decent amount of time away. So we should get some new stuff coming out in the next couple of weeks, which I'll talk about, towards the end of the video after we go over the main stuff. But what we got to, talk about today is actually fairly surprising. I wasn't expecting this, so it was surprising getting this drop of promo images. That's what we're going to be going over for most of the video, I guess. It was surprising getting this drop. I probably wouldn't have expected getting this for maybe another week or two. Honestly, I'm surprised we got it now. Now, it isn't like the whole promo image set for the episode. It is basically, I think it's the promo images for maybe the opening 5 minutes, which isn't a lot. Promo images are usually not a lot of the episode anyway, but this is like a small amount of promo images anyway. So we'll probably get more, I'm guessing, after the next trailer drop and maybe when that trailer reveals a bit more information and stuff. But I wasn't expecting this for another week or two, but the fact that we got it now is pretty cool. And it does give us a hint as to why certain things might have happened going into this season compared to, or in relation to what happened at the end of last season. It'll make sense once I start talking about it. It's hard to make sense when I'm just alluding to it. But yeah, I guess with these promo images coming out, that Christmas has come early for us. If promo images is what you wanted for Christmas for episode 1. But anyway, we'll jump into it. But of course, throughout the video, be sure to drop a like on it to show your support if you enjoyed it and if these get you excited and just to support the channel, I guess. And if you're hyped, and of course, this is important. Leave your various theories and stuff in the comments section down below, because I'm going to pick at some stuff here, but you might disagree or agree or just want to, elaborate more on what I've talked about or something like that. So be sure to leave all of your opinions and theories in the comments section down below. And yeah. So as I said, there's some other information which we'll talk about after the images, but of course we're going to go over the images first. So let's jump into it. So the first one is Barry hitting on this wall. He's putting the moves, obviously no, he's not putting the moves on the wall. He's smiling. He's most likely talking to Iris West Allen. That's obviously who he's talking to here. Now, it is important to remember that they did say that Season 6 picks up, I think, 10 seconds after the end of Season 5. So obviously, what happened at the end of Season 5, the last shot that we got was, of course, Barry and Iris watching the message from Nora, and then a bit after that we actually see the whole newspaper thing come up in the time vault. So, and we can tell by the trailer for this season as well that an alert goes off and they basically bail. I'm guessing Barry wouldn't use his flash speed to get there, but they're going to run to the time vault and see that message. So I'm guessing this is where we'll basically see Barry at the beginning of Season 6, that he's just leaning against this wall talking to Iris, and then the alarm will go off, and that moves us onto the next promo image, which is, of course, Barry and Iris in the time vault. Now, there were snippets of this in the trailer. I think there's one shot of them in the time vault, maybe another one from a weird lit angle, if that makes sense, where you couldn't really tell it was a time vault. But there was one shot, so we knew that there was there's going to be a scene in episode 1 with these two in the time vault looking at the newspaper because it was in the trailer. It is going to be interesting to see what the newspaper says completely, because we're left in the dark in regards to not only exactly what date it fell on. We know it stopped in 2019, but exactly what date it fell on. Also, if the actual article changed, because obviously we knew that, the fate of the Green Arrow had changed and everything like that. So it'd be interesting to see if it does say that Oliver Queen or the Green Arrow dies in Crisis, or if it still says the Flash there. That's going to be probably one of the most interesting things, and that's probably why they didn't show us the entire article. They just showed us the year changing and confirming that, Crisis was happening in 2019. So obviously that's the most interesting thing that's going to see there, but also maybe some other things might show up there. Maybe we might get a little tease at something that's going to happen in Crisis that we didn't know about. That's going to be interesting. Obviously, in regards to Crisis, we'll talk about it here because this is the most Crisis-related image in this bunch. We know that the Monitor is going to be in episode 1, and I think they said he's going to appear towards the end, maybe right at the end. It could be the cliffhanger for the episode. So I wouldn't expect the Monitor to show up here, but maybe there might be a picture of the Monitor in the newspaper. Maybe he's the headline. Who's this Monitor dude? And he's just smirking at the camera. Don't think we've seen him smile. Anyway, so that might be what the Monitor's role is here, but we've heard that it's meant to happen towards the end of the episode. So don't expect it here. But if you do have any theories and thoughts as to what maybe might happen with the article, Let me know in the comments, because they could just keep it the same that the year changes, but the fact that they just showed us the year at the end of last season and didn't show us the rest of the article, you know, maybe some things have changed. Maybe the Flash still dies, and maybe a lot of other stuff has changed as well. So let me know in the comments. The next image is just of Caitlin drinking some coffee or tea, one of the two. Let me know your theories. Is it tea or coffee? And it could be hot chocolate. Could be hot chocolate. Could be cold chocolate. It's cold. I guess iced chocolate. Anyway, I'm an idiot. So yeah, we see Caitlin here. There's not much really going on here. It's basically she's just in the same room as the next photo, which I think is of importance, but to a lot of people, they might have looked at it. They might have looked at it and gone, "Oh, this doesn't mean much." And that next image is actually Cisco. Now he's sitting here. Now this, you got to remember, this is Cisco right after he injected himself with the formula. So he's walked off happy. There was some weird editing. Like, if you think about it, at the end of last season, I think Cisco gets injected, then he walks off in a happy mood. Then you see a shot with him and Camilla walking down the street. But I don't think that's going to work with how season 6 begins. I don't know, because what I'm thinking here is that it can even happen after. It doesn't really matter. I think it'd just be, I guess, for time-wise, it'd make more sense if this is just straight after he got injected, or maybe 10 or 15 minutes after. I don't know. Anyway, look, this is Cisco here, and I think what's going to happen here is that Barry and Iris come in and tell them what's exactly has happened, what they've learned, and Cisco's there being like, "Oh crap, typical, I've taken away my powers when in literally about a couple of months my powers will be extremely useful and could save the multiverse as we know it." Wow, call it trust. Typical timing. Wow, how lucky can I get? I feel like an idiot now. So Cisco might not be thinking that exact same thing, but something along those lines. But as we know in episode 2, I think 99% of you would already know this, there were set photos in present day because Killer Frost was wearing her new suit, where Cisco was in his vibe suit. Now, we don't know if that was like him just playing around. Like, obviously he wasn't out there for the meme, but, you know, he could have been faking it just to try and trick someone. We don't know. Maybe the Monitor gives him back his powers just for a limited time for Crisis. Maybe the Monitor wasn't expecting this to happen, for Cisco to take his powers away, and the Monitor needs Vibe to have his powers there to help. So maybe Monitor allows him to have his powers back and can change what happened. I don't know, something along those lines. It's going to be interesting to see, but I don't really know what they're going to do with Cisco in regards to the powers, because obviously that storyline was introduced just to basically give him a way out if he wanted to go out. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle that. Now the next shot is a bit interesting because, like, you have like Caitlin, who sort of looks concerned, Cisco, who's looking like, is this serious? Like, he's basically giving her like, huh, is this serious face? Ralph's been a bit creepy, to be completely honest. But anyway, like, and then Barry and Iris is smiling. Iris is holding her like a tablet or computer or something. They seem to be watching something because obviously Sherlock is not there anymore, and we know that we're not meeting the new Wells until episode 4. Now they could obviously be like looking at Joe or Cecile or something, but it does look like they're looking at a screen. So I wonder what they could be looking at. Maybe it's the good effects of Cicada being defeated or something. I don't know what they're going to be looking at exactly. Obviously, once again, if you have any theories, let me know in the comments. But Barry and Iris obviously look a bit too happy for it to be something negative. It'd be a bit sick, honestly, if they were smiling and it was like someone getting the head chopped off or something. So, but I guess the obvious answer, would be that maybe they're showing the video that Nora sent them, or maybe it's a version of, like, it's a message from Nora that she made for the others, maybe? Because that would make sense why Iris and Barry would be smiling, because they're staring at their daughter again. They're looking at their daughter again. Maybe? I don't know. Does that make sense? But onto some other info about The Flash, just to end off this video. Episode 4, the episode title for episode 4 was revealed. The episode title is called There Will Be Blood. Obviously, this is about blood work. Now, I wonder if this will be like one of his big, I guess, like, what would you call it? Like, character building episodes? Like, you know, possibly him going full on blood work or something like that. I guess it will be interesting to see if he appears like he does in the comics when he goes full on blood work. Maybe that's a bit too much unless they change it up a bit. It's going to be interesting to see how they do this character in general in regards to his powers, because it could be a bit messed up if they wanted to go that way. But yeah, I'm sure his appearance is something, I'm sure like the people who have read the comic or the comics from the past couple of years are curious about, because they could go a few different angles and a few different avenues. Now, apparently we will be getting a new poster for The Flash this week, which will most likely give us our first look at the new suit for this season, which is basically last season's suit with a couple of different detailing things here and a new helmet or a new like headpiece with a chin strap apparently. I've heard it's coming out a day from today, but maybe because of these promo images coming out, maybe that's what I was hearing was coming out, was actually the promo images, not a poster. I got told a poster, but it might have been these promo images that were meant to come out. So it might be coming out. I don't know. If it does, I'll cover it, but if it's coming out when I was told it was coming out, it's tomorrow from now. So keep your eyes out for that, I guess. And as I was sort of alluding to, I guess, earlier in the video, a new trailer probably should come out next week from now, but it won't be like a trailer specifically for The Flash. If we base it off previous years, usually about exactly a month. So the show comes back on like October 8th. So maybe next weekend, which will be exactly a month before, like September 7th, September 8th, which will be on the weekend, we should get like a mashup trailer of like all the shows. So it should have like some new footage from Batwoman, Arrow, Supergirl, Flash, and Legends, and maybe Black Lightning if they want to do that as well. That should come out if we base it off all the previous years where they have released a trailer like that a month before. We might not get it, but if we base it off previous years, which we've always got one, we should get one. So hopefully they don't let us down. So keep your eyes out for that as well. But if you don't have to, if you don't want to do that, I obviously will do a video on it when that trailer does drop. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show your support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions and theories on all these promo images and the other stuff we went over in this video. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.